It is 5 PM, I am leaving for the airport in 1 hour. Over the past 4 days I have had 4 hours sleep, so I am feeling very, very tired indeed. I've been working on a ton of videos that are going to be going out over the next couple of days on the Mumbo channel, but I thought that I would do a little bit of a vlog thing to say that I'm going to Australia and I really want to film my Australia experience. I don't know how much I'm going to film, but hopefully I can get a decent amount. I've got a ton of new vlogging gear and things, so this should be an interesting couple of weeks.
And this is where the timeline takes a bit of a skip, so bear with me. I finished packing, showed off my mad camera rig, drove to the shop for my final English meal before hopping in the taxi and travelling to Heathrow Terminal 5. I did a lot of walking. Terminal 5 is a massive place so I had plenty of time to kill. I ended up buying more camera equipment, which I know is absolutely ridiculous. Then I did some awkward vlogging in public before hopping on the plane to Singapore. Upon arrival, I did yet more awkward public vlogging before being ferried onto another plane for 8 hours to Australia. This takes the total journey time to about 25 hours, which means my awkward public vlog in Australia was definitely my roughest looking one. I look weathered. Day 1, I went out with my uncle and purchased a fridge, and then I went shopping and bought some holiday clothes before going to the beach for a spot of bodyboarding. It was a bit of a strange start to the holiday, but I can promise you, things get better from here. The next day, my mum and I travelled into Sydney to do all of the touristy stuff. I didn't take any camera equipment, so you have to make do with shaky phone footage, but what I can say is that Sydney is a truly beautiful city with fantastic sights. One thing that we did check out was the cardboard city due to be destroyed the following day, and I'll be honest, I didn't really know why it was there, but I'm glad that it was. Australia Day in Sydney was incredible. The positive atmosphere could be felt in the air and the entertainment was really awesome. There were tall ships, fighter jets and live music.
So I'm just standing under a massive tree in the Royal Botanical Gardens. My hair's a mess, I'm sweaty, I'm hot, and I'm very, very burnt. But I just wanted to say that Australia Day has been an awesome, awesome experience. I'm about to head home for a barbecue just to celebrate more Australia Day, but I'm actually going to be leaving you guys now. So I hope you enjoyed the coverage of Australia Day in Sydney. It's been a lot of fun. I'll catch you later.
Wednesday started with the Harbour Bridge climb, which sadly I wasn't able to film. Then we spent the afternoon in Sydney before going rock climbing in the evening, which once again I didn't film. Now I know what you're thinking, you're showing me another video clip of the Sydney Opera House, but this time it's a view from the boat on the way to Manly. Manly is a really awesome part of Sydney, slightly further out from the central area with a bunch of cool shops and beaches. I watched the seagulls and the surfers, then got horrendously burnt due to the ridiculously intense sun. My camera then ran out of battery, so I spent the rest of the day moping about feeling sorry for myself. The following day, my ripe and crispy self hopped into a kayak with a GoPro strapped to my forehead to go on a bit of an adventure on George's River. There was a massive storm en route, so sadly we had to cut things a bit short, but it was really interesting to see all of the houses from a slightly different perspective. It was also really interesting to see how truly awful I am at kayaking. Sticking on the extreme sports theme, Saturday was an early start to drive to the Blue Mountains for a spot of canyoning. This was probably the most memorable part of the holiday. We started with some basic abseil practice to prepare me for the day ahead.
This is cool.
Then we trekked off to the canyon known as Empress Falls. This is a really good canyon for beginners, and despite the fact that there have been a couple of deaths, it's generally considered to be fairly safe. Canyoning involves a bunch of climbing, jumping and generally getting wet, and it was an absolute blast and I can't wait to do it again. coming towards the end of the holiday here and I realised I hadn't been to Bondi Beach yet, which felt like a must do. The weather was fantastic, the surfers were out, and I, once again like a true Brit, managed to get myself horrendously burnt in the insane Australia sun. That being said, Bondi is still a beautiful place, filled with a lot of very beautiful people indeed. The final day of the trip involved hopping on the back of a motorbike and travelling through Sydney National Park to get to an incredible blue lagoon with cliff jumps, clear water, and even a dead shark. It was a fantastic end to a beautiful holiday, and I can't wait to return to Australia.